I promised you an update on the raised beds once they've been filled, so I'm just going to give you a quick tour of the raised beds and what's in them right now. So we had a lot of green waste that we took out of the garden, and this will be adding nitrogen to the soil. So what we did was we filled the raised beds first of all with a pile of this green waste, brash and brush, and I'll just show you it here in raised bed number 1. So that's it, just peeking out from underneath. So the bottom probably foot or 2 is green waste. Of course that squashes down to not a lot in terms of volume, so it could handle quite a bit. There's also some branches and twigs and things in there, and that will give a nice mix of greens and browns, which will be nitrogen and carbon, which will slowly decompose, adding heat to the soil and also decomposing and adding bacteria, microorganisms, etc., and creating a whole ecosystem in the soil. So the green waste was layer 1, and then we put some manure on top. So this is quite rich stuff. It's quite fudge-like in its consistency. It's quite rich. You can make it into a ball. You can see the bits of grass in there. It's quite rich manure. So that went into all of the beds. And then to finish it off, we put this topsoil on. So this is the topsoil. You can see it's not fudgy. You can't make it into a ball. It's much looser. It's got a nice mix in there, and that'll just take the seeds. So these are for annual beds, annual seeds. So we need something that can just receive the seeds well, and germinate the seeds, because the manure is too thick, really, and too rich, too nutrient rich. So this is the topsoil on, and then we put a layer of wood chip on. So that's just to show you there, the wood chip goes on top of the topsoil, and that's because if the topsoil is exposed to the sunlight, then the sunlight kills the top layer of soil. And just to demonstrate here on the manure, this has been on the top. You can see it's quite dry, and this is much darker. It's been underneath, where the sunlight hasn't reached. So just bear that in mind. If you're turning your soil over, you're putting dead soil back inside the soil ecosystem. So really you want to be keeping the top layer the same and protect it from the sun with a mulch. So we've gone with wood chip, and then here's a finished wood chip bed. So when we come to sow our seeds, we'll make some space so that the seeds can make contact with the topsoil, and then when they grow, they can grow up through the wood chip mulch. You could use straw or another natural material to mulch with, and the wood chip will, as it decomposes, will be adding carbon to the soil, so it'll be a nice carbon nitrogen mix with the nitrogens from the greens that are inside the bed. So there'll be layer 1, so kind of that first layer there will be greens. There we go, more updates soon.